Welcome to day 14 of our progressive meditation series. Recently, I've been talking about judgment and how it relates to our meditation practice. Specifically, I focused on nutrition and listening in the last two videos, and today, later on, I want to talk about judgment around our work. It's important to recognize that these discussions are really intended to plant seeds in your mind, rather than immediately and dramatically changing your perspective. Just like with our meditation practice, we're looking to make slow and steady progress. In fact, the progress might be so slow and steady that you don't even notice anything is happening at all. Really, when we do these practices, there's a lot of internal change that's below our level of perception that takes a lot longer to externally manifest. But like I said, that might not even be noticeable to you because the body and the mind constantly recalibrate. And it would really require a third party or some kind of objective measurement to point out to us that anything has changed at all. So it's important here to not have super high expectations of ourselves only 2 weeks into a meditation practice that's probably new to us. So the intention for today, the focus on your practice, is just to continue, to commit to it, to have discipline, and keep working on these slow, steady changes. So prepare yourself now for your meditation practice. Like usual, take some time to move the spine in all 6 directions of movement, get the jitters out, do some relaxation exercises first perhaps, like some deep breathing, whether you're doing pattern breathing, a circular breathing, whatever works for you, maybe that head scan that we did a while ago. And set yourself up, finding your posture, finding your seat. Let's begin. Coming back now to your surroundings, fully to your senses. So you may have noticed that I'm not giving any cues during the meditation practice, and that's because at this point, you're starting to habituate yourself to your practice. And I want to let that play out in its own way. So let's talk now about judgment and work and how this plays into our meditation practice. So again, why bring this up at all? Why is judgment so important? Well, the big overview is that in the rest of our lives, if we can keep things more peaceful, if we can keep the mind more content and equanimous, then our meditation practices go a lot better. The reason why work is one of the topics I'm covering is because for many people, it's one of the primary stressors in their lives. It creates the most turmoil in their state of being. So reducing the impact of work on our internal state makes everything else easier. It's the lead domino. Now this is really a big topic, and it's one that I've written about at length. So you can read more on my blog at findyour.yoga, where I've also posted the audio versions of those writings. The one nugget that I want you to take away from today's discussion, from today's supplemental material, is to see if you can look at work and approach work in a way that is non-judgmental. By that I mean, you need to first accept the things that need to be done, and then do them with absolute focus. And while you're focusing on them, do those things excellently, and feel excellent while doing them. And when they're all done, remain unattached from the outcome. So you see, in that process, there's no judgment, there's no liking or disliking, there's just a neutral doing. Now this is much easier to say than to do. And it's not something that you instantly take on and get right. Like I was saying before, just like the meditation practice, you can't expect to sit down and be in meditation the very first time. But this is a way of changing your framework around how you look at work, so that all the dynamics of work that create turmoil and stress, emotional charge, fatigue, intellectual and physical burnout, those things, they disappear, because all the extra crap, it's like water off a duck's back. It just flows right over you and makes no difference to how you feel and your internal state. If you find this interesting, I really do recommend going to read the blog posts and to muse it over. Sit with it for a while, talk to some friends about it, or talk to me about it if you'd like. I'll see you tomorrow for day number 15.